One hunts in silence, its eyes locked, its steps calculated. The other laughs before it strikes wild, loud, and unrelenting. The wolf, a shadow of the forest, moves like a soldier on a mission. The hyena, a storm of chaos, charges with fearless brutality. Both rule their domains. Both live and kill by the pack. But what happens when these worlds collide? No prey, no escape, just instinct, teeth, and dominance. This isn't a hunt. This isn't survival. This is war. Wolf pack versus hyena clan. In the wild, only one walks away. When comparing the wolf and the hyena, you're looking at two predators designed by evolution for very different kinds of combat. The gray wolf, weighing between 80 to 100 pounds, is a streamlined predator. With speeds reaching 35 to 40 miles per hour, wolves are built for endurance. They're not sprinters, they're long-distance hunters, capable of chasing prey for miles until it tires. Their bite force is estimated at 400 psi, enough to tear through muscle and snap smaller bones. But it's not brute strength that defines them, it's precision. Wolves are tactical attackers aiming for weak points, relying on cooperation to bring down prey with minimal injury to the pack. Then there's the spotted hyena, heavier, bulkier, and far more physically aggressive. Tipping, the scale between 100 to 140 pounds. Hyenas are shorter but stockier. Their top speed hovers around 30 to 35 miles per hour, not much slower, but with less stamina. What they lack in finesse, they make up for in raw power. Their bite force exceeds 1100 psi, stronger than a brown bear's, and powerful enough to crush elephant bones. Their jaws are built to break, not just kill. The contrast is clear. Wolves are surgical weapons, built for coordination and strategy. Hyenas are warhammers, brutal, relentless, and designed to overwhelm through sheer force. In a direct clash, this difference could decide everything. Do you bet on the agile, calculating wolf that moves with its unit like a military squad? Or the hyena, a savage tank with bone-breaking jaws and no fear of pain? When tooth meets tooth, it's not just about size. It's about how you use it. Beneath the fangs and fury lies something even more dangerous: structure. How these predators organize and operate as a unit often decides who thrives and who dies. The wolf pack is a tight-knit family. Led by an alpha, male and female, the structure is based on loyalty, not tyranny. Each member knows its place, its role, and its duty. Discipline flows from respect, and that cohesion becomes lethal on the hunt. Wolves communicate through subtle body language and coordinated movements, acting like a military unit, calculated, efficient, and deeply bonded. A wolf doesn't fight for dominance, it fights for the pack. Now step into the world of the hyena clan, and it's another story. Hyenas live in massive groups, sometimes exceeding 80 individuals, and it's ruled with an iron jaw by a dominant matriarch. Rank is everything. Higher-ranking females eat first, push others aside, and even inherit their power. It's a world of fear, betrayal, and survival within the clan itself. Young males are often cast out. Friends become rivals overnight. Yet, somehow this brutal hierarchy works. Hyenas succeed not through harmony, but through adaptation, raw intelligence, and fearless aggression. So who wins in structure? Wolves, the disciplined soldiers of the north, or hyenas, the chaotic warlords of the savannah? One leads with respect, the other controls through dominance. And in the wild, both methods have left a legacy of survival. Intelligence in the wild isn't just about solving puzzles, it's about surviving them. And both wolves and hyenas have evolved minds as sharp as their teeth. Wolves communicate with eerie, calculated precision. Their howls aren't just cries into the night, they're messages, marking territory, locating pack members, or coordinating movements. Their body language, a flick of the tail, a lowered stance, speaks volumes. During a hunt, wolves execute flanking maneuvers and decoys like a trained unit. Their strength lies in synchronized thinking, a hive mind sharpened by years of working as one. Hyenas, however, shatter the myth of mindless savagery. With over 11 distinct vocalizations, they convey intent, rank, warnings, and even deception. Hyenas have been filmed executing fake-out tactics, using one group to distract while another steals food. Their problem-solving skills rival primates, and they've been known to outwit even lions, stealing kills through sheer cunning. So who's smarter? Wolves thrive on collective reasoning and tactical execution. Hyenas use chaos, adaptation, and opportunistic brilliance. Different species, different styles. But both prove one truth. Survival favors the mind just as much as the muscle. The wolf prowls through dense forests, snowy tundras, and mist-covered mountain ranges. From North America to Europe and deep into Asia, the landscape shapes the hunter. Among trees and shadows, wolves rely on stealth, cover, and coordinated pursuit. Their environment demands patience, ambushes over brute force, teamwork over chaos. Thousands of miles away, under the blistering African sun, the hyena roams the arid savannas and open plains. In this world, there is nowhere to hide, only space to chase. Hyenas are marathoners, relying on raw stamina and relentless pressure to run prey into collapse. Here, the strong survive by being bold, fast, and loud. Two predators, two battlefields, each has mastered its home. But what happens when the ground shifts? On neutral terrain with no cover and no familiarity, instincts are tested. The wolf loses its advantage in stealth. The hyena, without its scorching plains, may lose its sense of control. Does the battlefield favor the disciplined ghost or the wild brute? The environment creates the hunter, but in unfamiliar lands, survival belongs to the one who adapts fastest. In nature's theater of war, strategy is the deadliest weapon. The wolf pack moves like a unit of elite soldiers. They stalk in silence, reading the terrain, studying their target. Once identified, they circle, isolate, and strike. Not head-on, but from behind, where risk is lowest and precision is highest. Their attacks are timed, surgical, designed to bring down large prey with minimal injury to the pack. Each wolf knows its role as flanker, driver, and closer. There's no panic, just patience and cold, calculated force. Now enter the hyena clan and everything changes. Hyenas don't wait. They surround fast, press hard, and target the weak link without hesitation. Their tactic? Wear the enemy down, confuse it, crush it. They attack with chaotic precision, sometimes biting from all angles, screaming and snarling like a rolling thunderstorm of violence. Injuries don't stop them. Pain doesn't deter them. If a wolf fights like a blade, the hyena fights like a boulder rolling downhill. Relentless, heavy, destructive. But what happens when they collide? In a chaotic assault, wolves might struggle to maintain formation, confused by the speed and aggression of the hyenas. But hyenas, used to disorder, could falter against tight, synchronized defense, where every counterattack is timed to punish overreach. Picture it. A wolf pack sets a trap, flanking quietly through cover. But the hyenas, sensing pressure, charge through pain and smoke like berserkers, biting, laughing, bleeding. In this clash, victory doesn't go to the strongest. It goes to the predator who controls the chaos. While wolves and hyenas don't naturally share the same ecosystems, their clashes aren't just fiction. They've happened in captivity, in sanctuaries, and through encounters with similar rivals. In several wildlife sanctuaries, hyenas and wolves housed in proximity have shown instant hostility, requiring emergency separation. Zookeepers report that hyenas are often the aggressors approaching enclosures, challenging the wolves with bold stares and vocal threats. Even without physical contact, the tension is palpable. In the wild, though direct wolf-hyena encounters are rare, similar species tell the story. Hyenas frequently dominate jackals, another canid chasing them off kills, stealing food, and sometimes maiming them. Jackals, like wolves, are clever and agile, but they avoid direct confrontation with hyenas at all costs. This reveals a deeper truth. Wolves tend to avoid unnecessary fights, especially when risk outweighs reward. Hyenas, by contrast, often engage in violent disputes over territory and carcasses, even challenging lions when the numbers are right. So while a true wolf versus hyena clash is unlikely in nature, its echoes are everywhere. And the results? Messy, violent, and often fatal. This battle isn't just imagination. It's already been written, just in different names, different forms. Dawn breaks over neutral ground, a stretch of wilderness where forest gives way to open plain. Shadows move in the tree line. 8 wolves, silent as mist, crouch low. Across the field, the hyenas wait, snarling, restless, already laughing. The wolves strike first. They fan out like shadows, flanking with surgical precision. One hyena stumbles, ambushed, torn at the legs. Another is pulled down in a flurry of coordinated fangs. 2 clean hits. Tactical success. But then the laughter turns. The hyenas charge, frontal, brutal, relentless. Their jaws crush through fur and bone, their stamina refusing to break. The one wolf yelps, its leg shattered by 1100 psi of bite force. The pack's formation crumbles as the field turns to chaos. The hyenas don't care about strategy. They are overwhelmed. Within minutes, the wolves are split, forced to retreat. 3. Hyenas lie motionless, bloodied but grinning in death. 2 wolves limp into the brush, wounded but alive. The rest vanish into the trees. In tighter quarters between rocks or under tree cover, wolves could have turned the tide, funneled the chaos, picked the clan apart with control and patience. But this time, in open war, savagery beat precision. There was no victor's roar, just silence, breath, and blood drying on the dirt. Because nature doesn't hand out trophies, it leaves survivors. In the end, it's not just about teeth or numbers. It's about purpose. Wolves are tacticians, disciplined, strategic, bonded by loyalty. They hunt like a single mind, every move calculated, every risk measured. Hyenas are chaos incarnate, brutal, fearless, unpredictable. They thrive where others falter, surviving through raw endurance and ruthless cunning. But in the wild, victory depends not just on strength but on where and why they fight. A wolf may dominate in the shadows of the forest. A hyena may rule beneath the burning sun. Change the terrain, change the story. Because in nature there are no rules, only results. No creature fights for pride. They fight for survival. And when survival is on the line, the one who wins is the one who refuses to lose. So who wins? Maybe the one who needed it more. Now it's your turn. Who do you think would dominate in the wild? Drop your verdict in the comments, like if you enjoyed the showdown, and subscribe for more wild face-offs.